Hey everybody, this is Zachary Jeans. Let's keep walking through this Bible. So today is day 307, and we are going to look at the letter number 2, 2 John, John's second letter in the Bible, and we'll take a look at it. It's a short letter, as everyone knows. Maybe you don't know. Maybe this is the first time through the Bible. It's a very short little missive written by John, the apostle, and we'll take a look at it. Just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for your encouragement, your prayers. Thank you for going through the Bible every day. Thank you for getting in the Word. God will do so much work in our lives if we'll just spend some time with Him, chewing on the things that God has us to chew on, right? It's good stuff, right? So anyway, I hope you're doing well. If you got anything that you want me to pray for, just drop it in the comments. You can drop it in a direct message. If you share this, you can clip it out in YouTube. There's a way to clip out. I've made it available to do so. You can also share it in a private message or an email. You never know what might be done through God's Word if it's shared in a way that somebody can receive it. So. Man, that's good. I love this little cup. It's my little guy. I've been drawing him for years. You know, he's just kind of walking. He's got the shepherd staff crook there, and got the Bible out there. Some people think that's a cup of coffee when I draw it, but it's the Bible. Anyway, why don't we get going here with a word of prayer? Lord, I love you. God, thank you for your word. Thank you for the people that are spending time to get in it. Thank you for giving us stuff to chew on. God, please open up our eyes to what you want us to learn today. God, please speak to us. Lord, it's in your name we pray, Jesus. Amen. All right. So there are 3 sections here. You have the opening, you have the main body of the letter, and a final greeting. I'm going to go ahead and read the whole letter. It's relatively short, and then we'll take it piece by piece, okay? The elder to the elect lady and her children, whom I love in truth, and not only I, but also all who know the truth, because of the truth that abides in us and will be with us forever. Grace, mercy, and peace will be with us from God the Father and from Jesus Christ, the Father's Son, in truth and love. I rejoiced greatly to find some of your children walking in the truth, just as we were commanded by the Father. And now I ask you, dear lady, not as though I were writing you a new commandment, but the one we have had from the beginning, that we love one another. And this is love, that we walk according to his commandments. This is the commandment, just as you have heard from the beginning, so that you should walk in it. For many deceivers have gone out into the world, those who do not confess the coming of Jesus Christ in the flesh. Such a one is the deceiver and the Antichrist. Watch yourselves so that you may not lose what we have worked for, but may win a full reward. Everyone who goes on ahead and does not abide in the teaching of Christ does not have God. Whoever abides in the teaching has both the Father and the Son. If anyone comes to you and does not bring this teaching, do not receive him into your house or give him any greeting. For whoever greets him takes part in his wicked works. Though I have much to write to you, I would rather not use paper and ink. Instead, I hope to come to you and talk face to face, so that our joy may be complete. The children of your elect sister greet you. The end. It's like, and that's all, folks. All right, well, so let's look at the opening here. The elder to the elect lady and her children. John opens up and refers to himself as the elder. Okay. And to the elect lady, that's the elect, that is elected or chosen. It's not elected as in an election, as in voted for. So if you live in a society where you vote for people, we're not talking about a lady that was voted for something. This is a sense of chosen. So in that sense of an election, one who is chosen. So the elder to the chosen lady and her children, those that are born from her, this chosen one. I love in truth, not only I, but also all who know the truth, because the truth that abides in us and will be with us forever. Who is the lady? Could be the church in general, could be a broad brush letter to everyone, or it could be someone specific that he doesn't want to name in name, or he doesn't even refer to himself in name, right? Is John. But regardless, he points out the truth that abides in us and will be with us forever as a little note about our identity in God. A truth that abides in us. Again, abiding means drawing near to, living close to. The truth that draws near and into us and will be with us forever. So, why is that interesting to me? Because sometimes we think about coming to an understanding of something is fleeting, it's passing. Our experience of many things in this world is fleeting, it's passing. It comes and it goes. Our memory of things. This is usually in a sermon where a pastor will be like, oh, I was looking for my glasses. I couldn't find my glasses. And everybody laughs and goes, yeah, I lost my glasses too. Where were they? They were on my head. Ha, ha, ha. Okay, look, I get it. You know, trying to make it human. But the things that we come to understand, you learn things in grade school. You learn things in middle school. You learn things in high school. Things which you were told were important to learn. You spent tons of time trying to understand them. And then you live the rest of your life and you can't remember most of any of it. So does that mean that the education itself was worth less or worthless because you can't remember it now? And you were told how important it was to learn back then? Well, there's a debate, I think, on what we should be spending time teaching kids and spending our time as society learning. I don't think that trigonometry is all that important in life. I think it's fantastic if you want to learn it. Calculus too. I didn't particularly enjoy just the brief engagements I had with calculus or trigonometry in physics. I thought business math was helpful. But here's the truth. Almost all of it, even the stuff that I thought was practical and helpful, business math in college, which dealt with some statistics and various things, I can't remember all of that. If they gave me the final test today, I'd fail, and so would you. So what's it worth? How fleeting is it? Things that, said that were so important to learn, and you can't even remember it. But here's something. Here's a truth which we live near to and lives near to us and will be with us forever. Will never fade away. It'll never come and go from our mind. it will stand firm right next to us, right near our hearts. Grace, mercy, and peace will be with us from God the Father and from Jesus Christ, the Father, Son, in truth and love. That will remain close to us. That Jesus is the Son of God. He is our hope. He is the Son. He is the Christ. He is the grace, the mercy, the hope. He is the truth. That will live near us. And we will live near to it and Him forever. We're never going to die. You are an everlasting person. Your identity is forever. You are made in the image of God, and if you believe in Jesus Christ, you have been redeemed by that person, that nature, and you will live with that person forever in real life. Now, if you don't, then you will not, and therefore you will be away from the presence and person of the Creator of the universe. And though your soul will persist, it will persist in a reality without any grace, without any mercy, without any hope, forever. I rejoice greatly to find some of your children walking in the truth, just as we were commanded by the Father, and now ask you, dear lady, not as though I were writing you a new commandment, but the one we have had from the beginning, that we love one another. Pretty simple. Love people, love God, love people. And this is love, that we walk according to His commandments. So do you keep the commandments out of fear of punishment and hope to do enough right stuff so God won't punish your sin? No. You know that God's love has been expressed to you through Jesus Christ in His salvific work on the cross. So you trust in Him and you love Him. And now, when there's stuff that God says you should do this, you do so out of love. What? I love you, Lord. Yeah, I'll do that. Some of it's easy, some of it's hard. And this is love, that we walk according to His commandments. This is the commandment, just as you've heard from the beginning, so that you should walk in it. For many deceivers have gone out into the world, those who do not confess the coming of Jesus Christ in the flesh. Such a one is the deceiver and the Antichrist. Watch yourselves so that you may not lose what we have worked for, but may win a full reward. There are those that will go out and teach around Christ, again, around the person of Jesus, not the Christ, and teach around the person of Jesus, but deny Him as being in the flesh, a person, that He is the Christ. That is the deceiver. That is the spirit of the Antichrist. It's very simple. In John's day, the very baby forms of these rebellious concepts that were forming in and around the church were happening. And here we are hundreds, nay, a couple thousand years later. And what has happened? Over hundreds of years, fully formed religions that grew up around Jesus Christ have taken absolute form, shape, built entire organizational structures, and at the core, they deny that Jesus is the Son of God, that he came in the flesh, and that he is the Christ. These are the expression of those who would deceive from that truth, and they are the anti-Christ. They are the Antichrist. Everyone who goes on ahead and does not abide in the teaching of Christ does not have God. Whoever abides in the teaching has both the Father and the Son. If anyone comes to you and does not bring this teaching, do not receive him into your house or give him any greeting. For whoever greets him takes part in his wicked works. Now, I honestly take this to mean, does this mean that John's saying never invite somebody who doesn't know the Lord into your home? Well, no, this kind of goes against what Jesus taught and what John wrote about in his gospel. I think this is in reference to the lady and to the children, the house of God. And he's referencing bringing in teachers that deny these basic truths and facts about who Jesus is. Do not give them the pulpit. Do not give them a seat at your table. Because when you create a ecumenical conversation in your home, your church, around those ideas and giving voice to those ideas, you participate in them and you validate them. Now, is there room for conversation with other people of other faiths? Of course. But do you give them a place of authority to teach what they espouse against Jesus Christ in your church, in your home? Do you give them that authority? And John says, don't do that. Do not do that. Now, are you free to go into another home? Are you free to go into another church? You could, in the evangelistic spirit. You could do so in love, but do not give that voice, that message, do not give it a place of authority or a place of honor in being invited to the seat, a seat at the table in your church, or I think to a lesser degree, but in your home. I want you to understand, John's not saying stop being in this world. He is the one who recorded Jesus's words, his prayer to his Father, where he prayed fervently for his apostles, his disciples, those who would hear. He said, Father, I don't pray that you take them out of this world. I just pray that you protect them from the evil one. How are you going to be in this world? How are you going to engage it and share who Jesus is? How are you going to be like Jesus, who ate and drank with those who were irreligious Jewish people who essentially rejected all of the religious culture and faith, writings, those who participated in all the regular mundane and some not mundane, sinful behavior? In his time, he ate and drank with those people. He walked and talked with them. He pleaded with people not to be so highfalutin religious that they removed that opportunity from their life. So he is not saying here, John is not saying here, to remove yourself from the world that you live in. What he is saying, though, just to put a pin on it, or a final point on it, is not to give authority or to share your authority with a message that denies Jesus in the flesh as the Son of God, as the Messiah, the Christ. Final greetings. Though I have much to write to you, I would rather not use paper and ink. Instead, I hope to come to you and talk face to face, so that our joy may be complete. It has to be said, I wish he would have. I wish he would have written more on paper and ink. John already wrote a lot, and maybe he's referencing the book of Revelation, I don't know, which he did write. Maybe he's referencing the Gospels, the Gospel that he wrote. You know, we think we understand the dates when everything was written. We're just guessing, okay? We're just guessing. But I wish John would have written more. I wish all of them would have written more. I'm pretty convinced they did write more. It's just some letters were filled with more regular, mundane things of life. I've used the word mundane a couple times. Just the regular stuff of life. And though there was a lot of value in it for the people that were being written to, clearly the Lord didn't set those writings aside for what we know as the Bible. So, but still, how great would it be to be able to read just, hundreds of pages of things that John wrote or could have written? Would have been fantastic. Same with Peter. Fair, we got a lot from Paul, but more from Paul. All of them. What if Barnabas or, the others? And I'm not talking about apocryphal type writing, the stuff that clearly is set outside the Bible. I'm talking about, don't you wish the Bible was just like volumes and volumes and volumes? But what we have is more than sufficient. It's so good, and there's so much here. Now, a word. Instead, I hope to come to you and talk face to face, so that our joy may be made complete, or may be complete. This verse, this idea that, hey, let's not text. Let's not talk on the phone. Let's not hit each other up on Facebook or X or Truth Social or wherever it is that you engage in social media. Let's not just write each other little quips on LinkedIn posts. Let's get face to face. Let's actually see each other. Let me put out the effort to come to you, or you to me. And let's spend quality time with each other. And when we do that, and we share in that relationship with God, with each other, we will have joy that's made complete. That is full completeness. It has the idea of fullness, right? Our joy will be complete. It will be full when we see each other face to face, and we don't just text, and we don't just, hit the like button. Is it always better to do more than a like? Yeah. It's best to write a comment. I don't. Is it best to call somebody instead of just writing a quick little, hey, I saw that, that was cool, or that's wonderful, or that's great? Is it better to see each other face to face than to do that? Well, of course. Of course it is. So it's interesting. Sometimes I have people come up and visit me at my cabin when I rent that in the fall, and it's so good just to sit around a campfire and just to talk about life and not have anywhere to go, and maybe not have additional family around, just me and a friend or two. Maybe it's my wife or my son, or maybe it's my mom, or whoever it is that stops up there. Sometimes, family friends come up, but it's not a whole giant group. It's just a couple, 2 or 3. Now this time I only had a couple people visit. One of my friends, lives so far away now, and I'm so happy for him and his family. We've known each other since I think about the first year or so of my faith, and we did some public Bible study ministry together and some college youth age ministry stuff together, and just a wonderful, wonderful human being who I love. Went to Bible college on the second stint where I finished my degree because he challenged me. God challenged me through him to finish my degree. Just a brother that I love, but he's so far away. And he's got a huge family. He's got a pretty good sized family now, and he's got little kids. And this year he just couldn't make it up. And so it occurred to me, it's like, you know what? My kid's out of high school now. Heather and I, we've got our lives and we do work, and, nothing's stopping me from getting in my car and going and seeing him. So, this verse, instead of just writing and going, hey, I'll see you next year, hopefully, and text him a couple times, it's like, you know what, Zach? Listen to this verse. Instead of, though I have much to write to you, I'd rather not use Facebook posts and Twitter posts and text messages. Instead, I'm going to come to you and talk to you face to face so that our joy may be complete. Making time for face to face and not just stamping a like button or a text or a message, but actually doing some life together. That is how joy is made complete. It's messy at times. It takes extra effort. It costs financially. But it's worth it. It's worth it. The children of your elect sister greet you. All right. Well, till tomorrow, we'll take a look at 3 John, even shorter, and then we'll look at Jude, and Lord willing, we'll look at Revelation. So until then, keep walking, all right? God bless you. Bye-bye.